Walked through rooms that lost their sound, heard my footsteps echo round, carried promises that bent, till I forgot what loving meant. I learned to live with half a heart, call it strength, call it smart. Then you looked at me that way, like nothing in me was too late. I thought I'd reach the bitter end, but something in you said begin. This is where love begins again. Not loud, not breaking through, just a quiet chance to breathe. Standing here with you, after all the wrong turns I ran, all the nights I couldn't mend. This is where love begins again. We didn't rush, we didn't hide, we let the truth walk by our side. You saw the cracks I couldn't mend, still chose the man I've always been. Time has left its on its mark, on every shadow, every spark. But your touch feels like a door I didn't know was open anymore. Every fear I used to defend softened when you took my hand. This is where love begins again, in the calm, in the real, in the nights we don't explain, but somehow know how we feel. Through the doubt, through what we've been, through the pieces we couldn't mend. This is where love begins again. If tomorrow tests our ground, if old ghosts come back around, don't promise me the sky or stars, just stay right where we are. Love doesn't need a second chance, it just needs a place to stand. This is where love begins again, after all the running's done, when the past loosens its grip and the hurt gives way to trust. If I ever lose my way, I'll remember how it felt, standing here in your open arms, where love begins again.
Clock keeps moving on the wall, but it doesn't touch us at all. Your hand is steady in my own, like it's always known this home. I've chased tomorrow all my life, worried about the wrongs and rights, but standing here so close to you, I forget what time is supposed to do. All the noise I couldn't outrun falls quiet when you lean in. I'm always in this moment when your eyes meet mine, not thinking about the future, for the days left behind. The world can wait outside us, let it all go by. I'm always in this moment when I'm by your side. We've walked through seasons rough and long, days we barely felt strong. Said goodbye to younger plans, learn to live where we stand. Every line upon your face feels like time handled with grace. You don't rush, you don't pretend, you just stay again and again. I don't need to know what's next when I'm right here feeling this. I'm always in this moment, in the quiet, in the real, in the way your touch reminds me of everything I feel. When the past tries to pull me and tomorrow calls my name, I'm always in this moment when you're close this way. If someday my memory slips and the years blur into one, just hold me like you do right now. I'll remember enough. Love doesn't live in yesterday or the promises we make. It lies right here between our hearts in every breath we take. I'm always in this moment after all the miles I've run. When the lights are low and fading and the long day's done, if there's one truth I still hold on to, when the night feels wide and open, I'm always in this moment when I'm wrapped in your devotion.
Night feels heavier than before, like it's leaning on the door. We've said things we didn't mean, let silence stretch in between. I see the doubt behind your eyes, the fear of one more goodbye. But even here, even now, something in us won't back down. We've been bruised, we're still standing, still believing there's more than this. We're holding on to love when it's easier to let go, through the cracks and broken trust, through the things we don't yet know. When the road gets rough and the night's not kind enough, we're holding on to love. walked through seasons that wore us thin, felt the cost of giving in, dreams that bent but didn't break, promises we had to remake. Your hand still finds mine somehow, like it remembers how every scar, every tear has brought us standing here. If we turn away tonight, we lose the best of what's still alive. We're holding on to love in the quiet after storms, when the fire feels like embers, but the warmth is still there. It's not perfect, it's not enough, but it's real and it's us. Yeah, we're holding on to love. If tomorrow asks too much, if the past won't loosen up, just look at me, don't say a word. I still hear you, I still hurt. Love isn't loud, it doesn't run, it just stays when times get rough. We're holding on to love with these tired, faithful hands, through the doubt, through the dust, through the best we still can. When the night feels long enough and the answers aren't enough, we're holding on to love. I'm not the man I used to be. The years have taken some from me. I've learned the cost of holding pride, and all the places I can't hide. My hands have shaken my faith too. I've worn my doubts right through. When you look at me like this, I still feel worthy of your kiss. I don't need the past erased, I just need your eyes on me. So love me the same way, when the shine wears thin, come out wrong and the cracks show in, when I'm not at my best, when I'm learning to change. Love me the same way. I've seen love leave when things got hard, heard silence fall like falling glass. I've watched hearts slowly turn away when the fire didn't
and stay the same. But you don't measure what I give. You don't ask me how to live. You just take me as I am, like that's always been enough. If the years take more than they give, just stay right here, don't drift. Love me the same way, in the quiet and the real, when I don't have answers for the things I feel, when the night feels long and the light feels strange. Love me the same way. If someday my voice grows tired and my strength begins to fade, just hold my hand and let me know I don't have to earn my place. Love doesn't ask us to stay young, it asks us to stay. Love me the same way, after all the years go by, when the mirror tells the truth I can't deny. If there's one thing I still pray, when the world feels hard to face, love me the same way. Love me the same way. I've heard the kind of love that talks too loud, makes big promises it can't back down. I've worn those words like borrowed clothes till they fell apart, like they always do. I learned to keep my heart half closed, smile polite but never hope. Then you came in soft and clear, like you had nothing left to prove. Didn't try to change my mind, you just stayed and gave it time. This is love that feels real, not perfect, not pretend. It doesn't need a spotlight, just a reason to begin. In a world that's built on fast goodbyes and something new to steal, I finally found what lasts somehow. Love that feels real. We've had days that didn't shine, nights that asked us to decide whether staying was worth the cost of all the things we almost lost. But you never turned away when my doubts got in the way. You saw the truth beneath my skin and loved the man I'm in. I don't fear the letting down when your hands are holding mine. This is love that feels perfect lines. It lives in choosing every time. This is love that feels real after all the shine is gone. When the nights feel long and still, and the strength has to be drawn. If there's one truth I still believe, when the world won't let me heal, I found my place, I found my peace. Love that feels real. Day runs out of things to say. Evening finds us worn and gray. Your shoes by mine, the lights turn low. 1,000 miles from long ago, I've chased the noise, the bigger dream, lost myself in what might have been. But here you are, still standing near, like you've been waiting all these years. I don't feel the need to hide when your hand's resting by my side. This is love that stays close when the fire burns down slow, not afraid of quiet rooms or the truths we both know. When the world pulls me away and the dark feels too exposed, I come back to where you are. This is love that stays close. We've said some words we can't erase, left small cracks time couldn't face. But even when we lost our way, you never packed your heart to leave. I see the years in how you smile, the strength it took to walk each mile. You don't need to prove a thing, you just stay, you let love breathe. Every doubt I used to fight softens in this light. This is love that stays close in the calm, in the real, when the past comes back around and I don't know how to feel. Through the nights we chose to hold on instead of letting go, I still
that stays close after all the shine is gone. When the road feels steep and long and the night keeps moving on. If there's one truth that I know most, when the world feels wide and cold, I'm not alone, I never was. With love that stays close.
Settles soft and blue, like it's making room for you. Windows open, curtains sway, letting all the hard things fade. I've walked through storms I couldn't name, carried more than just the rain. But here with you the air feels right, like the world learned how to be kind. All the weight I used to hide lays itself down by your side. This is love under gentle skies. No thunder left, no need to run, just steady hearts and open eyes, warming slowly in the sun. After all the lows and highs, all the years that passed us by, this is love under gentle skies. We've seen clouds roll through our days, words that hurt then learn to wait. Every crack we didn't mend taught us how to bend, not end. Time is written on our skin, every place we've almost been. But you still look at me like that, like the best is what we have. I don't need the stars tonight, your hand in mine is enough light. This is love under gentle skies, in the quiet after rain, where forgiveness learns to breathe and nothing feels in vain. When the past still tries to rise and the future's undefined, this is love under gentle skies. If tomorrow brings new gray, or the blue begins to fade, I won't fear the change in view, I'll just turn and look at you. Love doesn't promise perfect days, it promises a place to stay. This is love under gentle skies, after all the noise is gone. When the night feels wide and still and the road keeps moving on. If the world asks who we are, I'll just point to where we lie. This is love under gentle skies. didn't write it in the sky, didn't swear it loud or fast. It showed up in the quiet things and how we learned to last. A look across a crowded room, a hand that wouldn't let go. I was tired of empty vows, then you stood right where I stood. All the words I used to fear found their meaning when you were near. This is the promise we share, not perfect, but honest and true. It lives in the way you stay when I don't know what to do. Through the doubt, through the where, through the weight we still bear. This is the promise we share. We've had days that tested faith, nights that asked too much, said things sharp, then learned again the healing power of touch. Time has left its careful lines on your face, on mine. But every year just shows me more what it means to still choose us. We don't need the world to see what this love has done to me. This is the promise we share, in the calm, in the storm, when the future feels unsure and the past feels warm. In the silence we repair, in the truth we dare. This is the promise we share. Someday my voice grows weak and my memory loses names. Just take my hand, don't rush a thing, I'll feel you just the same. Love isn't bound by time or sound, it's built and staying around. This is the promise we share, after all the shine is gone. When the night feels long and bare, and the strength has to be drawn. Through the years we'll wear, through the life we dare. This is the promise we share. Easy through the room, like it's learned our every move. Your breath falls soft against my chest, a quiet place where I can rest. I've lived with noise inside my head, chasing words I never said. But standing here so close to you, I finally hear what's true. All the clocks I tried to beat fade away when we breathe. It's the rhythm of our hearts.
us apart, and the nights feel too long. I come back to where you are, to the rhythm of our hearts. We've walked through seasons that were rough, asked ourselves if we were enough, said goodbye to younger dreams, learned what loving really means. Every scar we tried to hide only brought us closer inside. You don't rush me, don't pretend, you just stay. Again and again, every doubt I couldn't stop softens in this beat we share. It's the rhythm of our hearts, in the calm, in the strain, in the silence after storms, and the echo of pain when the past tries to restart all the fears we outran. I remember who we are, in the rhythm of our hearts. My chest, you'll hear the truth in every breath. Love doesn't need to race or prove, it just moves the way we do. It's the rhythm of our hearts after all the shine is gone, when the night feels wide and still and the strength has to be drawn. If there's one thing I know by heart, when the world feels torn apart, I'll always find my way back home, to the rhythm of our hearts. Comes quiet to the door, like it's been here all before. I've carried days that ask too much, learned how to live without a touch. The world can feel so wide and cold when you're walking on your own, but every time I reach for you, I remember what is true. I don't need the lights above when I'm standing in your arms. It's the warmth of your love that pulls me out of the dark, not a fire that burns too fast, but a glow that finds my heart when the world feels rough and I'm not strong enough. Find my way back home in the warmth of your love. We've had nights we barely spoke, carried silence like a hope. Words fell short but still you stayed. Let the hurt slowly fade. Time has left its careful lines on your face and mine, but every year just shows me more what we've been holding on for. I don't fear the growth
trust through the years that tested us. I find my strength again in the warmth of your love. And someday my voice grows weak and my memory slips away. Just hold me close, don't say a thing. I'll feel everything. Love doesn't need to shine or shout, it just stays when the lights go out. It's the warmth of your love. After all the noise is gone, when the nights feel long enough and the road keeps moving on. If there's one truth I still trust, when the world feels wide and rough, I'll always find my way back to the warmth of your love. I've watched the world keep changing shape, promises come and drift away. I've held on tight, I've let things go, learned more than I was meant to know. There were nights I stood alone, asking where I still belong. Then you turned and said my name, like I was never lost again. I don't fear the passing days when your hand is in mine this way. You are my always, when the lights burn low, when the road feels long and I'm walking slow, in the doubt and the fall, through the rise and the break. You are my always, whatever it takes. We've shared some years that left their mark, quiet wins and harder parts. Said a few things we regret, but never learned how to forget. You've seen me tired, seen me weak, loved the words I couldn't speak. Every scar, every flaw, never made you love me less at all. Time can test what we believe, but it never moved what's underneath. You are my always, in the calm, in the strain, when the past comes calling with a familiar pain, through the noise, through the days that don't go our way. You are my always, you stay. Take my hand, say my name, I'll remember every time. Love isn't built on perfect plans, it's built on staying where you stand. You are my always, after all the shine is gone. When the nights feel longer and the strength has to be drawn. If the world starts to sway and I lose my way. You are my always, here to stay. Feels quieter than it used to be, even with the radio low. I hear your laugh in the empty space, like it never really goes. I've tried to pack away the past, fold it neat, let it rest. But every road I wander down leads me back to what we were. Time can blur the edges apart, but it never touched the truth. I still carry your name in my heart like a promise. Time can't erase through the dark, through every scar. It's the one thing that stays. When the world pulled us apart and the answers fell apart, I still carry your name in my heart. We were young, but we were real, more than words we tried to say. We built a life from borrowed dreams and learned along the way. Some nights broke us open wide, some taught us how to stand. But loving you was never wrong, it was the best I am. Even now when I'm alone, your voice still feels like home. I still carry your name in my heart, in the quiet, in the pain, in the memories I got, and the love that still remains. If the years try to pull me apart, or the light begins to fade, I still carry your name in my heart. If someday my hands grow weak and my memory loses its way, just speak my name the way you did. I remember everything. Love doesn't leave when time moves on, it just learns a softer song. I'll keep your name in my heart through the nights, through the years, when the truth is all I have and the past still feels near. If I'm standing in the dark, looking back at who we
your name in my heart.